Hi Gemini, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darlings, is your Sun, Moon and Stars reading for the time between December and into January 2020. I know, 2020. We're going to draw 3 rows. The first row is going to be our moon section of our reading. That's going to look at our divine masculine, and we're going to look at that means our actions and experiences in the month of December. The second row is the moon section of our reading, or your divine feminine, which looks at what's going to be going on beneath the surface for you, your emotions, and what may be hidden from you in the month of December. And then finally, we'll look at the star section of your reading. So just think of that like your rising sign. So that's really where you're headed. Okay, so toward the end of the month and into January 2020. Okay, so don't forget as well, obviously, to check out your sun, moon, and your moon's and rising signs and Venus signs, because they could actually give you more information. They're nice and clear and detailed, these readings, and really help you to navigate the month of December into and January 2020. So, my darlings, without further ado, I've already shuffled, I've already meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera, and then we'll get started on your reading. Okay, thank you, my darling Geminis, because your readings always come through nice and clear, and look at what's at the base of your reading as well, nice and clear. Your energy, sword energy, number 6 of swords. Now, the card at the base of the reading is really the overall energy or experience of this month, or the key focus, the key thing that you should be focusing on in or working towards in the month of December and into January, and that is the energy of the 6 of swords. Sword energy is air energy, like your energy, so that's all about your thoughts, your mind, your clarity, your consciousness, your communication, what you say, what you think, what you allow yourself to say and think. So sword energy is all about our minds and our clarity and our awareness and our understanding, okay? Our self-awareness and awareness of really our perspective on things and our ideas about things. And number 6 is a number of unity, actually, number 6. It's related to your it's related it's related to beauty on the tree of life. And for me, beauty is about acceptance. It's about accepting and recognizing that things are the way they are, and that the way that they are is appropriate now. You've learnt what you needed to learn, and you can move forward from the conflicts and from the challenges of the number 5. Okay, so there's a real balance and acceptance. Obviously, it's linked to the Lovers card. That's what I was going to say before, and I couldn't get my words out. It's linked to the Lovers card as well. Okay, my darling. So we're going to start with your divine masculine. This is these cards here. This card is an additional card. It's a clarifying card, and I'll know when it needs to be out in the reading. So let's have a look at your actions and experiences in the month of December. So we start off strong with the 8 of Wands. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Wands, and we have the 4 of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so we've got a huge amount of progress going on this month. Okay, that's what we see here. We've got a huge amount of progress, and that's brought about by you. That's brought about by you putting your foot down. It seems that you are intervening in a situation in your life, or in that's affecting your life, and you are going to make things happen. You're going to make something happen. This card is linked to this card, so let's look at it in a second. It just started winking at me then. So we've got the Eight of Wands. First of all, wand energy is related to our life force, our ki or our chi. That's what the wand energy represents, that energy, that feeling. So it's linked to the second chakra or the sacral chakra, and the affirmation for that is I feel, I want. So this is all the feelings of excitement, anticipation, of dread, when our heart's beating faster, all those things. That is wand energy. That's a sensation that we experience physically when we experience wand energy. Okay, and obviously it's always flowing through your body, and sometimes you feel it and you notice it. You would be dead without it. Sometimes you feel it and you notice it, and sometimes you don't, but it's always there. And that's wand energy. And at those peak times, like Eight of Wand time, those peak times, you do feel it, you do notice it. And this energy is related to the number 8, which is the karmic number. And karmic cycles and situations occur to help us to come into awareness about things, to help us to see things. So this energy is about an influx of new energy. It's about a new cycle that's beginning. It's about the beginnings of something, a beginnings of a change. Now, sometimes people call this the communication card because it's we have that feeling, and then we we make contact with somebody, or someone may make contact with us out of the blue, and that may be the catalyst, if you will. That's what this is this energy. It's a catalyst. It's something that comes about that something may potentially come about that serves as a catalyst for change. There's something that wants to change in your life, but you're going to be the one to change it. We've got this energy here of the Two of Pentacles. So what this tells me, with it being Pentacles, first of all, is that this is something, the thing that you want to change is something that has been with you in your life for a long time. So it could be you might want to change your career, you might want to change your job, you might want to move employers, you might want to change your partner, you might want to change where you live. You might want to start a family, your living situation, whatever it is for you. There's been, with it being pentacle energy, it's something that exists in your life and something that is long standing. It could be related to health for some people. Some people could have been, weight, so weighing up. Some people could be dealing with their weight issues, and they're determined, and you are now determined to do something about it. But it's something that's been long standing, something that you're also, with number 2, that you're committed to. Okay, something that has been a fixture in your life, and suddenly you come to December and you have this real energy for changing that, for making a change, for wanting to shift something in your life. Now, it's interesting because then we have 2 5s, okay? We have the 5 of Pentacles, again, about manifested security. So where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security in our lives, that's what the Pentacles energy represents. And we've got the 5 of Wands. So we've got 2 5s. Now, 5s ultimately are about change. They're about how I speak, I express, how we express ourselves. It's related to our throat chakra and our communication. So number 5s are about how we express ourselves, what we say, and potentially we are expressing ourselves differently. So in this card, with the 5 of Pentacles energy, again, where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. Now, there's something, we are behaving differently. This means that in this issue that you now want to change, you are going to start behaving differently. So that means if it's with regard to a partner, for example, you may be starting to speak in a different way to that person, or you may be starting to treat them differently, you may be starting to do things differently, demand more, whatever it is, I don't know. It's something in your life that's manifested. If it's with work, you might be starting to say, do you know what, I don't want to do this job anymore. I am going to start actively looking for other work. I am going to hand in my notice, or whatever it is. This is wanting to change something that is manifested, and doing things, because this is divine masculine, doing things, taking actions that are different to how you would usually do them, and that actually affect your situation. You are wanting to take action to do things to affect change in your life, and that can bring about an amount of conflict. Now, the 5 of Wands in itself doesn't necessarily talk about conflict. It talks about, again, that feeling, that energy of change that starts within, that knowing that you have to start doing, you can't continue to do things how they were, you can't continue in the same way that you've been going for the last year or for the last few months or however long it's been going on for you, this situation. You have to make a decision, you have to weigh things up, and you have to start doing things differently. Now that change comes within you, and then that conscious thought of I have to start doing things differently, it starts to manifest in the outside world. So it can cause friction because you feel conflicted within, you feel friction within you, and that can then obviously be manifested on the outside, and that can affect your relationships, how you speak to people, the things, that's again what you do. The fact is, change is always difficult, but it's about because it's about our expression, because we are speaking from our truths when we are going through change. We don't understand. We sort of may exaggerate, and we may be abrupt or whatever, but ultimately that's the energy of how we get from one point to the other, how we get from here to here. We get to level-headedness and clarity by expressing that we want to change, by doing things differently, by saying things differently. And that might, of course, rub people up the wrong way. If you've always done things one way and now suddenly you're saying something else, you'll get to a balance, you'll get to an appreciation of number 6. You will get there. That's where you're headed. But if you don't do this, if you don't start to express yourself, if you don't start to stretch your arms a little bit and fray your elbows, if you don't start to do those things, you won't move on. If you don't start to express yourself. So that's what this month seems to be about for you. It seems to be about taking action. You feel the impetus of change. You feel the impetus is on you, I should say, to make changes. You feel that, and you don't know where necessarily it's going to end up. I mean, we do with this. We don't know where it's going to end up. We do with this, but you still feel like you need to express yourself. You still feel like you need to listen. I can't continue living this way. I can't continue dealing with things in the way that I've been dealing with them. I can't continue, in this relationship the way it's been, or whatever it is for you. This is about you really taking action in the month of December to really change things. And this is, we'll see where it's leading, but also this is where you want it to lead. You want it to lead to security for you. Number 4s are about our security. Number 4s are about love. They're connected to our 4th chakra, heart chakra. I love is the affirmation. And on the tree of life, number 4 is the same. It's love. It's Hasid, it's love, it's the same thing. And, that's the one true consistency we have actually through the tree of life and the 7 chakras, the 7 main chakras, centers in the body. That idea of love, number 4 being representative of love, because number 4 is our security. Number 4 is all the things that we need. Feeling, because it's the wand energy, feeling that we have all the things we need to be secure. That is what number 4 is about. We feel now that we have everything that we need to feel truly secure, truly confident, truly able to build a future on this foundation that we've built. That's what this energy represents, and that is what you are going to be doing, even if it creates conflict, even if it means that you don't speak to that person, or you don't speak to your boss, or whatever it is, even if it means an amount of time of that. Ultimately, that change needs to happen. And that the changes that you're making, the actions that you're taking, is leading toward that security and is helping you to feel more secure. Okay, so let's move on actually to feelings. Let's move on to your emotional world and your intuitive world, and what's beneath the surface for you. What's driving this change, this influx of energy, this decision, this action? What's driving it in the month of December for you? And we've got here, excellent, we've got this feeling of 7 of Wands, which is this is what I have to hold on to. I have this. All I have is how I feel. And this is what has to be my guide, because even though I don't know maybe what is fair, I know this is not fair. I know this is not right. And I've got to stand up for that. This is the energy of the 7 of Wands. Then we have the 9 of Wands, feelings of fear, of course. We've got 3 5s, 5 of Cups. So far, we've got 3 5s, and the Knight of Swords. So look at this. This is the feeling that you feel. In fact, both of these things. I've explained what wand energy is. Number 7 is the number of mystery. Okay, now number 7 is my master number. I always say that when I talk about number 7. Number 7 is my master number. It's the number of mystery. It's the questions that we ask. It's the things we want to know. It's the things that we need to identify. that are important to us, that are significant to us, that help us feel confident, that help us feel good. This is what the number 7 is, that journey of discovery, that journey to understanding. And the affirmation for the crown chakra, for the 7th chakra, is I understand. That journey to understanding how you feel, what you feel, what your body is telling you, what your intuitive self is telling you, what your instincts are telling you. Your instinct tells you that how things have been has not been right, how your health maybe, or your job maybe, or relationship, whatever it is for you. How things have not been right. And you just feel it. You just have that influx of energy in December where you feel, I need to change it. I need to do things. I need to take action, and you do, to change it, to go toward this level of security. This is the feeling also. So even though consciously you're doing things differently, I always say change comes from within. That's what this card represents, that energy bubbling within you that's actually manifesting itself and spilling out into your outside world. And you can hold on to, the only thing you could hold on to is how you feel. And look at how else you feel. This is what else is going on beneath the surface. Yes, that determination, but also that fear. Because you don't know. You don't know how this is going to work out. You don't know if you're right. You don't know. But you're not going to stay blindfolded any longer. You're going to look at it. You're going to notice it. You're going to take action. You're going to try to do things differently, because you can't stay in the situation that you've been in. You can't stay in a situation where you felt neglected, where you felt abused, where you felt hurt, where you felt unappreciated. You can't stay in that situation, so you have to do something about it. Even if you're afraid. And this is you facing up to that. This is you, I'm saying to you now, this is why we do the moon section. We do the moon section because do not ignore how you feel. That is a whole part of your life, a whole part of your body, a whole part of your human experience that is as important as the things that you see in front of you, the things that you can touch, the food that you eat, the relationship that you have. The feelings, your feelings are as important as everything else in your life, as paying your bills, as going to work, as your children. Your feelings are as important as these things. Things, not children, but you get what I'm saying, what I mean by that. Not things, but you see what I'm saying. You cannot neglect it. So we do this because it's about engaging with it. Feel the fear, yeah, I'm afraid, but I still have to do something. You feel afraid, but you still know, and you feel afraid, but you still feel like I have to make this change. I have to do what needs to be done. You still feel it, so feel that. And we have this more feelings here. We've ultimate feelings with the Cups energy here. Cups energy is about our emotions. It represents our emotions. It represents our emotional world, the emotions that we carry around with us. The Cups energy, how we carry those emotions around with us. And in this instance, we carry things around with us that stop us from moving toward happier and more fulfilled commitments and situations and circumstances and relationships. This card is about noticing that. Again, it's about changing that. 5 is about changing those emotions. 5 is about changing that perspective. 5 is about, yes, noticing how you're feeling. You have to notice how you feel this month, Gemini. You have to respond to how you feel this month. Because once you notice how you feel then you can change them. Then you can move toward the balance of the number 6. So notice how you're feeling, because you can do it. You can engage with the emotional baggage, the way that those ex-employees treated you made you feel this way, and that's why your confidence is limited, or the way your ex-partner treated you made you feel this way, and that's why you're less confident. Whatever it is, face up to it. Face up to that feeling. Live with it. Sit with it. Because if you sit with it and you notice it, you can then move on from it. Because there's an energy of movement, a fast-moving energy. This energy is dizzying for me, especially for someone like me who works with the energies as closely as I do. I really do spend time with the energies, and it doesn't sound like anything. To say that, I spend time with the energies, it doesn't sound like anything. But when I say I spend time with it, I spend time with the energies the same way as the people that the Kabbalists, the early Kabbalists, and who produced the Tree of Life, and I spend time with it in the same way that the artists that produce this particular deck of tarot cards, and the same way that we have all the ideas that we have about astrology and mindfulness and numerology. I spend time, which means I be mindful, and I notice how my body, how my mind, how my emotions, and my physical chi key, how that responds to a certain influence of an energy. And this one is a very fast moving energy. It's about your mind. No, you're well placed. You're obviously much better because you're an earth. I'm a Capricorn. I'm an earth sign. I like my feet on the ground. I like things to be clear. I like to understand them solidly. There's got to be, and imagine trying to ground this type of work. Okay, so that's why I work so hard. It's gotta make sense. Anyway, I digress, darlings. So you'll be better placed to deal with this type of energy, but this is what you're feeling, okay? Sword energy is about your thoughts. I've said it. Thought, mind, clarity, consciousness, communication, okay? I know I'm speaking fast, but this is the energy. It moves very quickly because there's these breakthroughs that you're having in your mind, in your clarity, okay, in your thoughts, in your conscious mind. There's these breakthroughs that you're having because yes, there's these feelings of I feel afraid, I feel like I need to let this go, I feel like I need to stand up for myself, I need to make these changes, I'm taking action and I'm making these changes. And that's because your mind is where Gemini's mind works well. You are having these breakthroughs, these moments of clarity. They're coming thick and fast for you in the month of December, and that is actually driving your actions forward, because ultimately where it's leading you toward all this activity, because there seems to be quite a lot of activity, quite a lot going on, a lot of moving parts in Gemini's life in the month of December. There's a lot of moving parts, but those parts are moving, and you are moving toward those challenges and doing the things that are necessary to, as I said, affect the stability that you need to create the stability and the happiness and the joy that you need in your life. So the energy of the Knight of Wands, as I said, it's those breakthroughs, it's those moments of clarity that help you to decide what to do from one moment to the next, from one day to the next, from one stage of your change to the next, okay? So go with that feeling. And as I said, this month, please do not ignore your emotional body and your energetic body. You know, how's your body responding to this or to that? How do you emotionally respond? How does your mind respond? Do not ignore it this month, because it's this noticing or listening to what's within that helps to increase our awareness, that anchors us in the moment, that helps to increase our awareness, helps us to acknowledge where we are, helps us to accept where we are, so that we can then move forward from the number 5 to the number 6, which is where we're headed. But we'll see as we look at these now where we're headed. So this is the end of the month, December, and into January. This is the stars section of our reading, so the destiny section of our reading, if you will. Okay, so we have need I say more, darling? I love when that happens. And to be fair, with these readings, it's happened quite a few times. Not that particular card, but you know what I'm saying. I'll make a statement and I'll say, oh, I could talk about the Hangman all day, then the next card I've turned over is a Hangman. Or it's happened a few times and it's quite hilarious. Wow, we've got the Hierophant, we've got the Star card. So this is where we're going, where you're going, where you're headed on this path. As you navigate it, even through the confusion, you're going toward the Star card. You're going toward healing. You're going toward clarity, insight and foresight. Okay, the Hierophant, again, another number 5. I think we've had all the number 5s now. No, we haven't had the 5 of Swords. The Lovers, what did I say? Oh, I'm so happy for you guys. And the Page of Cups. Oh my God, I'm just so happy for you, because what this is showing is that, and I feel like this has been a theme for a few of the signs actually. And don't forget to check out your rising signs and your moon signs and your Venus signs. Don't forget to check those out, because what I've really seen, noticed a theme of is that we are responding to our emotions. You know, and I've said to those people that follow Key Wisdom Tarot, those people that follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, in all the posts that I've done this year, I've missed a bit recently, but the posts that I've done this year, I've talked constantly about our reality. It's about, this year is being about engaging with your reality. And your reality, as I've said, is about, yes, everything you see around you and everything you do, but it's also about your emotional body, your emotional self. And we have all been engaging with it. And what it means when we engage with our emotional body, when we engage and we respond to our intuitive selves and our instincts, when we respond to that, what that means is that we can transform things. We can release things. We can overcome things. We can transcend the old ways of doing things. And this is exactly where you are headed, Gemini. We have the Star card. This is Aquarius card as well. So as I said, your energy. We've got, in fact, Gemini, we've got your card here as well. I forgot about that. we have the star card here. Now this card, as I said, is about foresight. You've got to think about it. This is a card number 17. So again, that's number 8. And this is linked to your, not there, 17, 1 and 7. So 1 is I do and I am, and 7 is I am and I understand. So again, I do because I am. I have to do this because I feel like this. And because I feel like this, I now understand who I am. I now understand where I'm going. I now understand what matters. I now understand what's important, and I can put action and effort into doing that. This card also talks about this is a destined path, if you will. This is a place that is necessary for you to go for your healing, a place that is necessary to go for your understanding, a place that is necessary for you to go for your awareness and for your growth and for your spirituality and for your success. This, I should say, is a place that you have to go in order to, you have to walk this path, because that's what leads you to this, that's what leads you to this equilibrium, this understanding, and ultimately 1 + 7 is 8, this new cycle, this new karmic cycle. Now, the Hierophant is Taurus's card, earth energy here, so we ground in some of this energy as well, which I always like to see. As I said, I'm a Capricorn, so I love that earth stuff. But I do love reading through the earth signs, though, because the readings come through very clearly, I think. And that's why I think that's just because that's how you guys are. You like the clarity, and I like it for you guys, to be fair, because after Cancer last night I had to stop. I couldn't do any more readings. It floored me anyway, so thank you, Gemini. So on my Instagram, the definition that I put, part of the definition that I put, the tagline, if you will, for the Hierophant is, you can live your truth or somebody else's. And in a nutshell, what that really means is you can live your truth or somebody else's truth is everything that's manifested, everything that we see, the things that we can agree on. Well, this is a statue of Buddha, I think. No, it is, yeah, a statue of Buddha, and it's gold. We can agree on that, yeah, we can see that. This is a stone, a pebble, and we can see the colour, and we might slightly disagree on the colour, but we can agree that that's what it is. And this is somebody else's truth. Because actually my truth is actually a representation of my auntie, my baby. She passed away a few years ago, and she probably had I'm sorry, auntie, but you did have a belly like this, and she had a big smile. And when I go to bed at night, I was doing my prayers and my meditation, this is the what I kiss the belly, I kiss the belly like that with my finger every, be like, thanks, auntie. So I can live my truth or somebody else's. So that's my truth. And by that, what I mean is, by the Hierophant, what I mean is, you can think that it's just physical, that life is just body, that we're just bodies, then we die, and that's it. You can think that. Or you can accept that I also have feelings, and I also have perceptions, and I also have ideas, and I also have desires, and I also have instincts. And that's the fullness of your reality. And the Hierophant encourages you to recognise that. The Hierophant is an encouragement to recognise the fullness of our realities, to change the focus from just what we see and just what we're told, to change the focus, to adjust the focus to include our emotional self, our intuitive selves, okay, our instinctual selves. Because because as you know, and as she has taught you, that it's access to both those things that actually helps you to move forward, that actually helps you to create stability in your life, okay? By following that feeling of, oh my God, I've got a feeling that I need to change it, so I'm going to do it. What can I do? How do I feel about that change? How's it affecting me? Engaging with both sides of that self is actually the thing that propels us forward toward this movement, this changes in our life. And we've got the Lovers card next, which is your card, Gemini, the balance and the love of Gemini, Adam and Eve here. The Lovers is ultimately, as I said, beauty. It's about acceptance. Ultimately, it's about acceptance of both parts of yourself, your divine masculine, which, as I said, is the outside world, everything external, and also your divine feminine, which is your intuitive self, your emotional self, etc. What's beneath the surface, your inner wisdom and inner and innate wisdom, the impact that our experiences have had on us. That's our divine feminine. And the Lovers card is about the union of those two things, the acceptance the acknowledgement and the acceptance of both of those aspects of ourselves. Now, obviously, we're talking a lot about change. We're talking a lot about movements. We're talking a lot about shifting. We're talking a lot about you doing things differently. This could be in relationships for some people. This could be as a direct result of relationships. This could be them, the man. This could be you, the woman, or vice versa. Or this could be, even if you're in a same-sex couple, one of you will be taking the action, one of you will be reflective and thinking, or seemingly. That might be them, that might be you. It doesn't matter. You know your life. But ultimately, what this is showing is that the change, that idea, that impetus that you feel to change things, to do things differently, by responding to that, that's what's actually leading you toward true love. So whether that's true love with another person or other people, or true love of self, that's where it's leading you. So continue to listen to that, okay? Because that is beautiful, even if you feel vulnerable, because this is the card of feeling vulnerable as a Page of Cups. Feeling, because it's Cups energy, so feeling, and vulnerability, because we're young here. We've not graduated to the King or the Queen yet. But we're still going to be active we're still going to take action. So this means that because it's masculine, so masculine's external world, what we do, the actions and experiences out there in the world. So the Page of Cups is, he winked at me then, that little, did you see that then? He winked at me then, that little fish. He winked at me. He did. He winked at me. He did. You don't have to believe me, he did. Anyway, don't change what I saw. He winked at me. Anyway, I digress. This is the action, because it's masculine, it's doing, acting on our feelings, taking actions on our emotions, even if there's uncertainty, even if there's vulnerability, even if we're not sure, we're not as confident as the King or Queen, we're still going to act. And that's the message, and that's what you're going to be doing. That's the message of the Page of Cups, and that's what you're going to be doing in December and into January 2020. So my darlings, I really hope you like that reading. I did. I thought it was beautiful, as always. I really love reading for you guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm going to be uploading some new videos. I'm just referring to my notes here. The videos I'm going to be uploading are going to be a breakdown of the energy and experiences of 2019, what we should have learned, how the astrology has affected us this year, and then we'll look forward to, in a separate video, 2020. We'll look at the key astrology in 2020 and what we can what we can expect to happen in our lives, or the type of karmic experiences that we can be looking to face because of the astrology. And finally, I'm going to be doing an astrology video for the month of December. We've got our 5th and final eclipse of the month of December on the 26th. I keep forgetting the day. I keep saying 23rd, then it's 26th. Or it's right, the 28th. I can't remember. It's one of those days. I'll do a video about it though. I'll talk to you about, again, the impact of that eclipse on us and how significant and seismic it really is. I really hope that you as I said, subscribe and click the bell so you can check those out. Check out the Key Wisdom playlist right now for everything mindfulness, meditation, and tarot. Mindfulness, meditation, and Reiki. I will also be posting again on my Instagram and Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot. So check those out. If you've not, please get on there and follow. Thank you so much for being here, Gemini. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you all again very soon with your brand new reading. Take care, my darlings. Bye.